Good morning. Asato is doing well, and so now everybody's fine.
And you, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
What's happening?
We don't...
Green 2 days in a row. What's up?
Did I wear green yesterday?
Yes, you did. It's just a different shade.
Yeah. I don't. Nothing.
Nothing. Eh? Okay.
Let's see if I can do it the whole week. Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see if it can happen.
Mm-hmm.
I was listening to. So, I went to my place, it's in my head. I was listening to the music. And I think that, we don't realize how bad conflict is. When you have an opportunity to love over hate, I would choose love.
Yeah.
Anytime, any day.
Or to just avoid situations that would bring you into conflict.
Yeah.
It's always easy to just walk away. But some people just don't get it. Oh my God. People just don't get it. I mean, if I would be an ambassador of just learning to walk away.
See, you're an ambassador of good life already.
It's not worth it, imagine. It's not worth it.
I hear you. I understand. Marian, we're in the darkness, buona.
Again.
Kidogo too.
Oh.
Just turn on the lights and let's go. Okay, it's 13 minutes after 6 o'clock. Very good morning. Somebody tell Judy to send me a message. Then we can have peace on earth, goodwill to men. Amma?
Yes.
Right. 6:15 on the 18th of August. A very good morning to everybody, and thank you for getting into the Situation Room with us today. We're already here. We've established that everybody's fine. Dennis met his friend from when he was wearing shorts. And, we're getting into Tuesday, and then Dindinyor told us that he's with the People's Party and that he's going to traverse the nation, and that he's upset or fed up with the things that he's seen, and that a new breath of fresh air is needed, and new leadership is needed to inject the things that Kenya needs at the moment.
Kenyans, in every cement you buy, profits go to a single person. Okay.
Yes, he said one person.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, he actually did say that. He did. So there's a new party.
So every newborn with a debt of 280.
All of you Kenyans have 283,000. Thousand, including the ones born yesterday.
Yeah.
You have a debt of 280,000 shillings. If you are going to look at it that way.
So if I pay it today to the government of Kenya, say I've paid my debt, then
you go where?
I'm just asking, and then
so then you can live till tomorrow. I don't know.
I'm just like mimi mamboeni mnasema mnakuja taxes nililipa deni.
I'm done. Excuse me.
So msinisumbue. Nimemaliza deni yangu.
In fact, just leave me alone. So like if you can pony up some 280,000 now. Akunza kusumbua.
Wewe usinisumbue ushuru gani na nishalipa deni.
Wow. Naambia nani? Bad.
FCPA, the fellow. Yeah.
All right. Okay, so that's where we are this morning, and we're getting into things today. People have, Matiangi said yesterday, we are tired of condemning. We're not going to condemn anymore because we condemn and then what? In fact, something just needs to be done.
Yeah.
What are we? It's obvious that this is terrible behavior. Why are you behaving that way? Number one. Number two, we obviously the way in which we are going is not good. It is not good at all. The list of the scores of people who were injured and the manner in which they were injured in Homa Bay over the weekend, folks, is not good. It's not a good place to be. And a lot of these sentiments came out yesterday. Rigathi Gachagua, of course, putting in his 2 cents into what he felt about the situation and where the state is actually going. Of course, the Linda Mwananchi crew came out and gave their statement as well. Everybody was talking about this. That this is happening a year to the next election, or less than a year to the next, around a year to the next election, and that nothing is being done about it. Boss, nothing is being done about it. Well, we know 22 people were arrested in Homa Bay from the drama over the weekend. There's a piece by piece about what exactly happened. Okay, we'll look into some of those things today. We will have the conversation getting into it today. So Karibu Sana. As we do, our live streams are up on YouTube, Facebook, and on X. And our audience on KTN, very good morning to you. Dennis Tolaseto, Njoko, into the Situation Room review this Tuesday morning. And let me tell you what we'll be talking about today. We're going to start off at 7 o'clock if the telephone can just behave itself, that would be fantastic. All right, our conversation starts off at 7 o'clock today with the member of Parliament for Naivasha, Jane Kihara. We're going to be talking about the battle for pre-2027 coalitions. Everybody seems to be jumping about. Isn't it fun that when people have made a move from one political party to another or have joined another movement, whatever the case may be, suddenly all the juicy bits and pieces of what you knew about whom start to come out. It's such fun. So she will join us at 7 o'clock, and we'll be talking about the broad-based dilemma versus the opposition strategy. Okay. The Honourable Gabriel Kagombe is the Member of Parliament for Gatundu South. Grassroots realignment, survival and reconciliation in Mount Kenya. What does it look like? Remember, it's the road to 2027. And so we will have these conversations in terms of what are people thinking and where are the people of Kenya in these conversations that then are said afterthought. All right. The Teacher Service Commission has put a gag on social media for teachers in terms of what you're able to do, say, when, how you say it, where you say it, and to whom you say it. So we're going to have a conversation about that. TSC on the new social media policy and what exactly it means. Who's going to join us? Chrysantos Odhiambo is Human Resource Management and Development and the KNUT Executive Secretary for Nairobi, Macharia Mugwe. They'll both join us at 9 o'clock, and we'll get to understand what exactly this means. We know that social media is a tool. We know that it's a tool for good, and we know that people have also used it as a tool for terrible things. But there's some teachers, I think, that are doing some excellent things with social media. So what exactly does this new ban say, and what does it exactly mean? We'll talk about that at 9 o'clock. So that's what it looks like today. Karibu. Thank you for joining us this morning. And as we do, I know my memory works.
Yes, it does.
So we are in Mauritius.
Yes, Mauritius.
Yes.
Capital.
Port Louis.
Port Louis. Dodo bird, 1600s.
Gone.
Extinct. Why? Because human beings are just selfish.
Wow.
Let's just call it for what it is. The culture is rich in Indian, African, Chinese, and European cultures, which can be reflected in its food, in its festivals, and its traditions. They have beautiful beaches, and it's famous for white sand beaches, coral reefs, clear lagoons, and luxury resorts, making it a popular tourist destination. Now, the proverb this morning, water and fish are friends, but the same water supports fire to cook the fish.
Water and fish are friends, but the same water supports fire to cook the fish.
Yep.
Unless you grill it.
Yep.
Or fry it. Well,
or fry.
Okay, I get what they're saying. Let me not be difficult, but there's a thin line between some of these things. Water and fire are friends. Well, I guess as you walk through the path of life, that you will be at a time where things come together, but then also being aware that times and seasons change. And so then being aware of that and being able to take advantage of them, and not in a bad way, to the very best of your ability, I think then that is what we need to be reminded of, that times and seasons change. So whereas you can be grounded or on a foundation, you must also remember that, the winds will change, the seasons will change, but that you can be, that somebody who's here today may not be there tomorrow. But the ones who are there forever, those are keepers, man, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yep. That's how I would see it.
I think I would look at it in terms of, you'd even think about a miner. What does a miner do? Dig the ground every day to get the mineral. Once they die, they go back to the same very ground that they dig. Think about the fish and water. They are friends. But one would say those who betray you are those that are close to you. Does the story of Jesus and Judah make sense?
They might betray you at some point.
Yeah. So if you look at someone who's betraying you or giving out information about you that you said in private, don't look far.
If they talk about someone else to you, they will talk about you to someone else.
Capish?
That's where we are. Yes, indeed. Thank you for joining us this morning, wherever it is that you tuned in, around the region, around the country, around the world. Karibu sana. Drop us a line. Tell us where you're tuned in from, and we'll say hello to you. And we're getting into it this morning. All right. So let's say hi to you. Okay. Where are you tuned in from? Let us know. And we'll say good morning and let us know a thing or two about what's going on in your mind right about now. Sawa? Yes. Okay. Where are we this morning? If we can get it in. Da-dun. Good morning, Kiari Peter, tuned in from Mombasa. Peace doesn't come from controlling everything. It comes from learning what's worth your energy and what isn't. Yes, it is. Robert Tobago says, tuned in from Mombasa. And a very good morning to you, Don Sabwa. Good morning, Buana Seto. Yes. Buana Seto.
Yes.
Who is the king? The winner after Homa Bay encounter. Now they are cleaning, removing and counting the losses. Who's the king?
Who's the king? I would not say anyone is a king. Yeah, because we are all reeling from the after effects of a country that knows no peace, a country where violence has been allowed to flourish. So there's no king, there's no winner here. We should take these as a loss as the people of Kenya, if you ask me.
I agree.
You know, it's because people who live in Homa Bay are from different parts of the country. So what exactly are we saying? That I'm not allowed to visit a different region? What does that mean to me being Kenyan and the Constitution being our shield and a defender?
Oh, you're assuming that people are thinking like that. Okay, that's cute.
So
Yeah.
I'm an optimist.
Okay, that's really cute.
Yeah, but there's no king here.
Christopher Owaka says, good morning, kings and queens. A very good morning to you. Well, there are who the king and queens are. Maths Lab says, good morning. Imagine a Kenyan without politicians, but leaders. Imagine. Boba Coco says, good morning. Ndu Dennis and the Spice team listening all the way from Kendu Bay, where we see dust as a tourist attraction.
You know, he's just speaking from the heart of Homa Bay. Yeah, Kendu Bay, Downlaod. Anyway, yeah.
Going forward, to visit Homa Bay for a dusty birth sport.
Yeah.
Sindio?
Yeah.
Tree says, hello, Miss Ndu and Mr. Seto, first time here. And you guys, thank you for your work. I see you. I appreciate you. Better keep the fire burning. Yes.
Karibu sana.
Karibu sana. First time chatting, mentioning, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We celebrate you at Karibu sana. Don't ever leave. Tawa. All right. Pan-African Kenyan says, good morning from Nairobi. Good morning to you, Obeds. Hope you're doing well. Jimmy Munovi says, good morning, Spice family. Ndindi now heads Moses Kuria's party. Space is already full. Sifunated to the core. Oh, that's where I'd heard it before. It's Moses Kuria's party, People's Party of Kenya.
Okay. Google is always your friend, no?
You can check and let us know.
Let me check that out.
Okay. Tawa, we'll see. Miss Pia says, good morning, Spices. How sad that people had to die and property destroyed just because of political reasons in Homa Bay. Very sad. Where are we headed as a country? Down the slippery slope, my friend. And it's good that we need to just say it, because you can hide in the sand, but guess what? Even the ostrich has to come up for air. Okay. Kimiyak. Oh, wait. Wanda, good morning. Ndwana Seto from Toronto. Have a great day. And to you too, Wanda.
The party is PEP, People's Empowerment Party.
That one for Moses Kuria?
Moses Kuria.
Oh, so it's different.
Yeah, it's different.
Sawa basi. Kimiak says, we are experiencing political violence because of the iron fist rule of this government. This must be stopped soon, because nothing good will come out of the Kenya Kwanzaa administration. Kimiak says, look, you know what? What we're dealing with is just nonsense. Nonsense.
It is.
Stop it. Actually, stop it. Because what? Daniel Churu says, good morning. Politics of division, hatred and poverty. President Ruto and his cronies like talking about Ukabila and how they're uniting the country. But why taxpayer-funded opportunities given disproportionately to his tribe? I don't know about that. Jacob Wago says, good morning. Good morning to you. Sylvia Legua says, good morning, Ndu and Dennis. Lovely voice song, but thank you so much. Every pattern in your life repeats until you learn the lesson. Why? You're so right. I wish you weren't, but you are. Oh, my God.
We had that conversation yesterday. Yeah.
It's true.
It's true.
You're right. The moment you choose differently, the loop ends and growth begins. Oh, Sylvia, I like you so much. You're right. That's it. That's the message for this morning. Christina, good morning. Does Ruto love Kenya? Well, look at those committees. Look at the man who replaced Sifuna. In Agriculture Committee, Sifuna is working under Mundigi. What a joke. Is that how Ruto hires his Western workers? Woi. Christina, you angry this morning?
Hey, today is me.
Mandara says, good morning. Aseto and Ndu. No, H.
No.
Remove H.
There is no A, it's just O.
There's no H. Oh, wait. It's good for you. It's now your turn. You see, all this time I was suffering by myself. It's good for you. Welcome. In fact, the door is open. Welcome to the club of misspelled and mispronounced names. Your membership is just $200.
Yeah,
Welcome to the club. You can come every Friday and have a drink and libations. You know,
subscription is open.
Subscription is open.
Yeah.
Welcome to the club of people with misspelled names. You thought in your lifetime that you would never enter this club. My friend, welcome. Now we tell them to drop the A. I wonder which A they will drop. This should be fun.
Yeah.
But a very good morning to you, Shimon Dara from Seattle in the USA, wishing you a good day. Kenya is sliding into anarchy, and let the KK government be reminded that they won't help when it goes out of hand. This is true. When it gets out of hand, you will not be able to apply a hand. Eric Owar says, good morning, guys. Good morning to you. And Bwangi Juma says, good morning, SpiceFM. How are you all this morning? To Kaluma Wanga and the 01 of Kenya. We shall revisit your conduct of Homa Bay come August 2027. Okay, people seem to be serious. Tibbs Muge says, good morning, SpiceFM team. Do you... where did it go?
Do you remember?
Do you remember? Hey. Sorry, it disappeared. Gosh, it's this YouTube thing. Nani sumbo hapa. Do you guys remember Morara being attacked at Bomas and then being detained? Arrest the planners or do nothing as what it amounts to? Yes.
Yeah.
Indeed. I tell you that people know right now who planned, who paid, who mobilized. They know. But do you want to arrest? No. Because why? You don't want to ruffle feathers.
Yeah.
I say pluck the damn bird. What are we talking about? You don't want to ruffle feathers. Remove the feathers. Don't even ruffle them. Take them out.
Arrest.
But that's
jail
just me.
For like hair.
That's just me. The 2000, I agree with Professor Kagwanja. Let's ignore the politicians and focus on issues. Top of the agenda must be the economy. Kenyans deserve more than political games. Yakundi Emmanuel says, good morning, Ndona Seto. What's that feeling politicians have when they see what they organize causes death? The Kagushia guy was arrested after making some remarks, but Kaluma is free. Izakale says, good morning, TSR family. Wishing you a great Tuesday. May your Uji be strong. Amen. Your argument stronger. Kabisa. And your politicians provide enough material for another entertaining day. I think they've already done that.
Yeah. But
let's see what it looks like today. Jennifer Atenyi, where were you yesterday? Can you imagine? Good morning, my favorite duo. Good morning, Spice FM family. Logged in for great conversations. Calvin Mirindo Menita Baby Girl. Good morning, Calvin. How are you? Rosie Kibunja, you called yesterday. It was so nice to hear your voice. Good morning, Team Spice. Princess Ndu and the Couture Gentleman Asseto. Kenya is Kenyaning as usual. So Tulambe Glucose and Locomote regardless. Where?
Tulambe Glucose and move. Yeah.
I love it. Okay. Drift Session says, good morning. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday from Nyakach Store Pamba is where Okelo Sam is tuned in this morning. David Mangera says, good morning, Ndwendeno. Have a lovely day. And to you too. Mutuflani, good morning to the princess, Sir Shut Up and the squad. Make sure the signal is strong in Machungustan.
Hey, leaders, made sure.
We are going to make sure that it is strong. Okay, I don't know what's happening to the system, but I think something happened. Yeah, Marion. Everton Lukurito says, good morning, Spices. I'm listening from Kansas City. It's almost done with the Vision 2030. Hello, Vision 2030. Will be another thing then. Yes, it will. Mark Mwangi says, good morning, Ndwana Seto, we shall overcome. Yes. Raskadur says, good morning, Watu Wangu, listening to the best show from Eldoret, now Penda Wote. Good morning to you. Washo Gatoto, good morning, my darling Ndwana Seto. Something that supports you can, under different circumstances, become the very thing that harms you. Watch your relationships. Watch it. Farjala says, good morning, Spice. Rice, water and rice are friends, but water is used to prepare wali, tamu. Okay. It is a nation that eats its citizens. Bitter Herb says, good morning, good people. Someone thinks Kenya is an empire and he's an emperor. Yes. Rogers Lai says, Habal Heri team, Kutoka Mombasani. Good morning to you. Sos Peter Kimani is also tuned in and says, don't confuse criticism of government with hatred of the country. You can love Kenya and strongly oppose the government's policies. This is very, very true. Tue says, good morning from Safaricom to Kitengela. Ndwana said, good work. I can Can Standard Media do something about the removal of many switches behind Bwanaseto in a choma picture? Tuking'oa switches to walk in the darkness. What? How do you want it? Okay. Paul Ndeto, but if a man is fine, he's fine. There's the switch or no switch does not do anything. Paul Ndeto says, good morning. Goonism is a threat to national security. Something needs to be done ASAP. Muyoka Mpelelezi, good morning. Kenya imeendelea kuwa nchi ya wanasiasa na polisi mafioso na makachinja tu. Hey. What are those? Inakera wenzangu. Journalist lives matters. # journalist lives matter.
Yeah.
They do. Simon Kabiru says, good morning, tuned in. Happy Tuesday, everybody. And Sheila Masasabi, good morning, TSR family. The Goonism is getting out of order, and those in government now imagine they can get away with it. A lesson for all Kenyans as we focus on 2027. We will revisit. Great day. I just had a thought.
Yep.
And if somebody's name was associated with any kind of violence, evil, even if you get a whiff, you know how somebody has walked into a room and they've left and the waft of their perfume is still there. Yeah. Even if you get a whiff, you have no business putting your vote behind that person's name.
True.
In 2027. You have a personal responsibility. I'm not talking about I'm just saying if they were involved with violence at all, in any way, even if their name was close to somewhere, you have no business voting them in come 2027.
There is a news item that I've just seen coming from Rwanda. Rwanda banned some Kenyan alcohol because they did not meet the standards. Now, guess what? They've actually gone further. Apart from banning, they've gone to their version of KEBS, to individuals who certify those things to enter the country. Around 10 to 15 people have been arraigned in court for doing what? For flouting the rules.
If you were just in the room, even if you were in the room.
Yes.
Guys, that's what we're talking about.
It's your responsibility.
Even if you were in the room. All right. This is where we are this morning. A very good morning to everybody. Karibuni sana. Thanks for joining us. And right on the protocols already observed as you come into the room this morning. Thank you for being here. Let's take a look at what's going on with the traffic and the weather. And we'll come and take a look at what is going on in the headlines. A very good morning to you.
This is the Situation Room. The only way to start your day. The weather with SpiceFM.
All right, cloudy conditions in Nairobi at 14, warming up ever so slightly. It's 15 and partly cloudy into Nakuru, and Nyeri this morning is at 15 and cloudy. Eldoret is clear at 14, and we'll see mostly clear conditions at 19 into Kisumu. It's clear at 17 in Kakamega, and we're looking at cloudy conditions at 23 in Mombasa, while at 25, Malindi is partly cloudy. It's 18 and sunny looking into Marsabit. We'll cross over to Kampala, where it's a cloudy morning at 19. And it's 22 and cloudy looking into Dar es Salaam. Clear conditions at 9 degrees in Johannesburg, while at 25 it's mostly cloudy in Lagos, 18 and mostly cloudy in London, and while Beijing is sunny at 30. New York, Monday night is cloudy at 24.
Chilled Spice.
Sugar and spice and everything nice. Spice FM.
Spice up your life. Traffic.
All right, what are we looking at? A little bit of traffic starting to form on the Thika Superhighway as you find your way to the CBD this morning, but not too crazy. Just at that Pangani underpass, and it'll then get towards the CBD. On Gong Road, it's flowing freely, smoothly, not a problem. Traffic is starting to build on North Airport Road as you go towards Embakasi or inbound from Embakasi. All right, that's what it looks like this morning. Let's keep an eye on things as Tuesday becomes Tuesday. All right, Spice FM KE on X, hashtag the Situation Room.
Mature, intelligent talk every morning. Spice up yourself. Mornings done right. 94.4 Spice FM, Nairobi.
Okay, so now let's look into the headlines this morning and see what is making news. And we're going to start on Kenya's bold newspaper, The Standard. And the headline on The Standard this morning, God Save Kenya. It's a prayer. The headline today is a prayer. And this is it. Whatever President Ruto sees in the men charged with the country's security, from Interior CS Kipchumba Murkomen and his PS Raymond Omolo to IG of Police Douglas Kanja, continues to baffle many Kenyans. Under their watch, the country appears to be sliding into a troubling culture of lawlessness, with political violence increasingly threatening the right to assemble and campaign peacefully. Hours before the Linda Mwananchi rally in Homa Bay, warning signs were unmistakable. Reckless statements by politicians raised the specter of violence, while goons were reportedly mobilized in broad daylight. What followed was a trail of destruction, bloodshed, and death, raising serious questions about whether the state can protect citizens from politically instigated violence. Kenyans are now asking a simple but unsettling question: who will protect them when those entrusted with their security appear unable or unwilling to act? And how much longer will the country remain on the edge before the president takes decisive action? Si tulikuwa tumeambiwa hii mambo ya guns ilikuwa imeisha.
Yep.
Like 3 weeks ago, the president gave a directive. The CS Murkomen said, actually, you know what? On the directive of the president, I don't know why he had to wait for that, but on the directive of the president, he essentially said, yes, this thing for guns, we're going to end it today.
Yep.
Apparently, that didn't quite happen. I find it a bit crazy that I have to say this, but it doesn't matter what side of the political divide you're on. If your name, your person is linked in any way with the kind of violence that would get the result of what we saw over the weekend, there is no question in my mind that you ought to be dealt with the full force of the law that Kipchumba Murkomen talked about 3 weeks ago.
Yep.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the color of your skin. It doesn't matter the origin of your birth. It doesn't matter the side that you are on politically. If you say something that would instigate, pay for, associate with violence, there is no reason under the sun that you would then be able to give as to why you will not be dealt with.
There's a question I asked yesterday. Where is the county commissioner, Homa Bay? Where is the OCS, OCPD within those jurisdictions where we saw this violence take place? Where is the county commander? Because those are the individuals who are in charge of security in the region. Where is the person in charge of DCI investigations, the person in charge of NIS intelligence in that region? Kipchumba Murkomen, PS Omolo, and Douglas Kanja. It's just simple questions, because that is where you begin from. You remember what I've just told you about what happened in Rwanda? Because the individuals were given the responsibility in making sure that whatever the people of Rwanda consume is of the greatest standard they've given unto themselves. Now, the individuals who are responsible for security in Homa Bay, they let down their guard. They failed Kenyans and the citizens of Homa Bay. Where are they? You don't need to start far.
That we're having this conversation is one that's even disturbing me.
Yeah.
It's just I don't know. No.
Yep. Guys woke up. Guys spent their time at night blocking roads. They ferried. There's even an individual on social media who was saying, I even know the vehicle that ferried stones to block these roads, and it belongs to a certain person.
And here you are. Twiddling your thumbs with your finger up your nose and not even thinking about maybe we need to go do something about this. You need to set a precedent, because let me tell you, you will not be able to handle the nonsense that will come in a very short period of time. Call me prophetess of death or doom, whatever it is, it's okay. But I'm telling you that if you don't nip it, there's a reason why something is called nip in the bud.
Yeah.
Because before it has an opportunity to grow and become a full-fledged thing, you get rid of it at the very beginning. But this one has gone beyond beginning.
Maybe.
And you can't have everybody saying the same thing. You can't have everybody who came out of the woodwork yesterday to make complaints about. You cannot have all these people saying the same thing and then you tell me that they are wrong.
Maybe nip in the bud is too much English. Swahili wanasema samaki mkunje angali mbichi.
Angali mbichi kweli.
Angali mbichi.
What?
Mkunje sana.
Bend a lot.
Bend fish when it's still wet.
Oh, right.
Because once it's dry, if you bend it
to bend.
Thank you. My condition cause crayfish to bend.
That's exactly what you have just said. Note I did not say omena.
Yeah.
Back to work too soon. MPs push for 6 months maternity leave. And they're saying, no, you can imagine. I mean, think about it. You can imagine what a woman has to do. And not just her, but her partner, who, if there's a partner, whatever the case may be, in terms of bringing up this child. And then just when they started to maybe sleep properly, maybe they've stopped getting the irritation when they take in milk, living in this world just 3 months after they've been incubating for 9. Many have said, look, it's not enough. You need a little bit more time to then acclimatize to the situation. It's upon those that people have been. I think in some countries in the world, maternity leave is 12 months.
12 months, yeah.
And they get paid. And then paternity leave is something like 3 months.
Yep.
And it's just thinking, you do that, we'll still sort you out, but then come back when you're ready. Yeah. The AU, oh God, has called for greater youth involvement in decision-making. Really?
Now they remember.
Thanks, AU.
Now they remember the continent with the young people should have a position, should listen to the voices of the young people. It's okay.
Journalist horror. We thought we were going to die in Homa Bay. Youth at Nyandiwa Shopping Centre in Homa Bay County after goons stoned Linda Mwananchi convoy. Standard Group journalist Samuel Mingo left and Rogers Otieno sat there in the inset, and they're talking about the fact that we actually thought they were going to die. So, I mean, it's not just your random people who are walking through the street tossing stones about. I mean, it's near-death experiences. Because, look, 1 + 1 is 2.
Yep.
And the fact that there were goons and that there was violence in the streets to stop a rally that would have just gone on peacefully. If I have to fight you, if I have to be violent against you to stop you from coming into what you deem to be your turf, then you have to ask yourself many questions. Self-reflection. Yeah. Why should I be worried if truly I have done what I need to do and this base is mine?
Yep.
Why should I then have to fight anybody who comes into my turf?
Because
you can come in. Exactly.
You failed.
So this is a lot. It says a lot more about you.
Yeah.
It does.
Anyway, when you're walipewa 200, it's okay. You're back to your messy roads and lack of services to deal with your own skunk. So
now when we talk about touche. Now when we talk about governors and the issues, did you know the Taita Taveta governor is called Andrew Mwadime?
Yep.
Do you know that he's actually staying away from his office in Mwatate because contractors are mad and they're waylaying him in the office every day because he has not done what? He's not ponyed up the money that he needs to pay them for work done. Pending bills is when they said, amta tulipa ata hii kazi haukuji. Yeah, you won't come to this office. Security failure is a question. Interior chiefs on the spot over Homa Bay chaos. They're on the spot of the country. So whether the president doesn't want to call them out, doesn't want to ask them what they're doing, the country is looking at you and asking you at this point in time, what are you doing? I'm telling you, take the politics and toss it out the window. Securing the people in this docket is your primary responsibility. Ensuring that a secure state is maintained. That is it. I don't care whatever time you are shouting. I am saying that the people of the country need to be protected. Now, if you need to do this because of politics, whatever the case may be, it's okay. People are not secure. They're not. People don't know if they're going to come home.
What does inaction from these individuals speak about the chair of the National Security Council?
You're complicit. You're complicit. Come on. All of you just there having a tea party when people are dying. That's what you're doing. You're eating crumpets and you're sipping tea when people are dying. And then you're talking about other things that just, bear no importance. That's what you're doing. The state is silent as political violence casts a shadow over the road to 2027. This is what Jubilee Deputy Party leader, this is what former Interior CS talked about yesterday. IPOA nominee grilled over his bar qualification. Yeah, well, he's got a little bit of work to do. So maybe you want to finish up with that. And if you're going to hire him so that he can tell us who killed Eric Otieno. Okay? Yeah, that needs to hurry up. Linda Mwananchi rally exposes Homa Bay roads crisis. Yes, it does.
Yeah.
See, Walitwambia that the broad-based government is in place, and now we have seen development in this part of the country like we had never seen before. Basi tusumbue hapa. Health reforms, hits and misses under the Kenya Kwanza regime. That's what we're looking at there. And Kenya tightens the war on fake drugs with a medicine tracking system. I think this is a fantastic thing.
Yeah.
Can you imagine somebody who is sick?
Yes.
And then you have been diagnosed, and then you are being treated, and the certain medicine that has been prescribed. Then you go and you are swallowing chalk. Then you wonder why people don't get well.
Swallowing chalk.
Hey, boy.
All they did was just draw a cross.
Hey. I swear. Yeah. Can you imagine? You know, we are laughing because we don't have an option. But come on. What are we talking about here? Or somebody goes mixes honey and says it's something syrup.
Yeah, it's cough
mixes
syrup.
with something and gives you. Treasury pays 7.5 billion shillings fees for idle loans. Hey, the Auditor General Nancy Kadongo said, you know what?
How do you have an idle loan? Why did you take it in the first place? Clearly you didn't need it. I'm an Lewi.
The National Treasury paid 7.65 billion shillings in commitment fees on undisbursed external loans over 5 years, with the government still incurring 1.07 billion in surcharges and such charges in the year to June 2025, despite a 47.6% decline from 2020 to 2021. Yes, so you're right. The loans have not been disbursed, but you're paying. So what? Look, can we move on? Because I'll just get angry for nothing. And today I'm a child of peace. Peace when trouble blows. Jehovah sees. Kenya's public debt hits 13 trillion as default risks grow. Why? See, I said I was moving very quickly. Let's go to the pages of opinion, where in Jahira Gitahi talks about grand wedding reignited debate about the haves and the have-nots. Nobody can get the picture of that fence out of their minds.
Yeah.
All right, that's what it looks like. Over to you, sir.
Now, the Daily Nation starts with the headline that says, How Homa Bay Chaos was plotted. So, sources say a politician hosted a meeting to plan the attacks days to Sunday's events. If intelligence was working, perhaps they would have...
If intelligent was intelligent.
Intelligent. Another meeting was held on the eve of the rallies with goons paid up to 4,000 Ken shillings.
Come on.
At least 2 people, including a police officer, killed and scores others injured. Local police say 22 suspects were arrested following the violence. Now, Kipchumba Murkomen, P.S. Omolo and Douglas Kanja, a police officer, was killed. If the movies we watch is anything to go by, the police protect their own with all they have. For sure they do. If that was the only reason why they would move in to arrest, then let's see that happen. Let's say you're working so that you give justice to your very own. Now, Gachagua claims court-altered impeachment judgment. Now, the former deputy president has challenged the High Court decision upholding his 2024 impeachment by the Senate. Among his key grounds at the Court of Appeal is the claim that the lower court modified the final written judgment to depart from the oral judgment pronounced in open court. So he says there is no way you find an illegality and still say the process followed the law.
Oh, he's still holding on to that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So he's at the Court of Appeal. Let's see how his statements pretty much would be convincing the judges there. Now, 7 U.S. workers leave Laikipia after 21-day Ebola quarantine. The release of the Americans come as Kenya steps up surveillance, testing, and isolation capacity. Remember the 7 individuals who were taken to Laikipia. But where exactly in Laikipia? Because, as far as I'm concerned, the court ordered no construction of an Ebola quarantine facility. So where were they in Laikipia?
Oh, Dennis, my dear Dennis. Oh, it's okay. They're there.
Wako tu mahali hapo. Yeah.
Okay.
Court orders are there for other Kenyans to follow, but not the government. We are stuck. Nursing students plead for end to strike. Now, nursing students and interns across the country say the ongoing nurses strike is disrupting their academic progress and are calling on the government to fast-track negotiations and allow the seniors back to work. Government, another sector of education being affected because you've decided not to pay nurses because the CBA is a court order. Another court order. Now, how oven photo exposed UK murder fugitive hiding in Kenya. Oven photo. Okay. British national Mahmoud Syed Abdi Hakim and Monteiro Tariq Kennedy Mangal had already been on the run for 1 year when they jetted into Kenya. At the time, the two were murder suspects wanted in London in connection with a gang-related stabbing of Alex Smith, a 16-year-old. Mahmoud and Monteiro were members of a gang called Active, which operated in the northwest London. Members of the gang drove 2 stolen cars. After stabbing Smith, Monteiro shot a video in which the youngster was being mocked. So, unapiga picha kwa oven and then inakuuza, yet you are in Kenya, and that is being used to track you. Talk about investigations and combing the social media space. Like we said, it can be used for good and
evil.
Bad. Yes. Extradition of 3 Kenyans to face fraud charges in the US has been halted. So this is the extradition of 3 Kenyans to the United States to face prosecution of a multi-million-dollar fraud has been temporarily halted by the High Court pending outcome of an appeal. Talk about justice system working. Now, on page 4, it is a further detail on how the Homa Bay chaos was planned and the trail of chaos and terror after the rally. Now, 2 dead, destruction of wake of 10-cylinder Mwananchi rally. As we can see there, glasses scattered all over the road with boulders on the road as well. This is as at yesterday after the rally was over. So remember, the people who are now going through the aftermath of the same, the economy is not working as expected, are the people of Homa Bay, including the individuals, the useless individuals who are paid 4,000 shillings to go cause chaos. Right?
Mekasirika?
Yes, nimekasirika. Lakini unajua, to each
his
their
own.
To each their own. Because what have they gained? Today it is that county that is on the news media for everything that is negative and wrong.
Unfortunately.
Now, let's talk about anyone who wants to invest. Governor Wanga, please convince someone from Japan to come put investments in Homa Bay County today.
You know, usually when we sorry, just really quickly, when we look at that story about the emperor and his clothes or his lack of clothes in this case, we normally look at the end of the story when he was naked walking through the streets. We don't look at what happened before that, and that there were several warnings from his advisors, and there were people who would tell you, and he would say, you know, you can't make the best for me. I essentially can advise myself, until he was naked. But the things that happened before, we don't usually take into consideration, as do the people who are being advised. You want to listen to what's being said now. You want to. I'm being prescriptive here. You want to, because should you not, you're going to have a bigger problem than you'll then be able to handle.
Gachagua now challenges court ruling upholding impeachment, and Jubilee can risk deregistration of a missing county officers. So based off the law, you're supposed to have footprint across all the counties. So you're not present.
I think it's 25 counties if I'm not wrong.
So if you have 23, bado hujafikisha threshold. EACC seeks to block appeal in 1.5 billion Roraka land case. So that also does exist. This is the matter that is behind that pretty much Matiang'i is being asked to respond to. You know, it is a matter that is really, really giving him stress. Millions in, nothing out. The cost of looming maize shortage. We had that conversation yesterday, right? So Samuel Macharia did the arithmetic the way any serious farmer would. 70 acres of maize in Moisbridge, Uasin Gishu County, a projected harvest of 1,500 bags and 6 million shillings revenue, enough to clear 1.5 million shillings loan he had taken from Kenya Commercial Bank and have some savings. So now we're being told many millions in, but nothing out. Why? Because the weather did its thing.
Oh no!
Yeah. Ni hayo tu kwa sasa. Twende kwa star.
This is a good story. Okay? And far be it from me to ever not want to, celebrate such things. Power reaches 1.6 million as state lights up forgotten villages. I think this is a fantastic
That's a good
thing.
story.
That's a very good story. Well done. Turning on the lights. I know you will say, okay, you're supposed to do it. Yes, you are. But that you see something like this happening, I think it's good. New power connections per region. Nyanza 321,010. Rift Valley 313,893. East 1,740. Coast 196,191. Central 190,090. Nairobi 111,893. Western 102,131. Northeastern 58,432. Those are the people who've gotten the lights on.
Yep.
And it's remote communities who are getting the lights on, and this is great because then with power you can do quite a lot.
Yep.
This is the truth. Divide and win inside President Ruto's plot to split opposition ahead of 2027 election. You know how you have somebody says, guess the elephant, all right, guess the animal.
Yep.
And there's this huge animal with two teeth jutting out, and then you've covered the eyes, and you've left the trunk, and somebody tells you to guess. That's exactly what has happened.
Yeah.
We saw it from outside. That who doesn't know that what you're doing is you're introducing an element within the ODM party, for example, to destroy it from within. So, because like I also read a story that I think it's the starfish or another animal under the sea that injects something into another animal in order to eat it because they don't have a mouth, and they essentially dissolve the body parts and then they suck it out. That's exactly what is happening with opposition parties. And if you can't see it, open your eyes. Judge orders 45-acre estate shared equally among 19 beneficiaries. I love it. It's like the Solomonic story of the two women who came and said, this is my baby, this is my baby, this is my baby, this is my baby. What did King Solomon say? Aya, bring knife, Uncle Guy, bring knife, split the baby into two. The mother of the baby said, you know what? Rather than see my child suffer, just let that woman have it. That's how Solomon knew that this is the real mother of the baby. I like this judge. You people are here fighting over 45 acres. Aya, Muko Wangapi? 1, 2, 19. 45 divided by 19. Aya. Everybody take something and get away from here and stop disturbing me. I like it very much. Beyond the football pitch, children learning to choose peace in Marsabit County. Sport for Peace has often been used as a way to get rid of conflict. I champion it 100%. I love it. And I take this opportunity, Nachukwa Fursahi, Kwambia, that on the 21st of August, the Premier League comes back into action.
Yes.
And Standard Media Group has the exclusive rights of broadcast across platforms. So every match, every goal, every VAR revision of the Premier League going into this new season, you can catch all the action right here at Standard Media Group. Radio Maisha and Berur FM will be bringing you live commentary on all the matches. This you want to look forward to. So start looking forward to it now. Yes? Yes. Good morning.
So, EPL is here.
It is.
The fun and the action.
Room, the only way to start your day.